Greetings to you. How you been? How's your mind? How's your body doing? How you doing through this winter so far? How you affected by the cold, and the harsh Vancouver winter that is coming? Many are coming in with all kinds of injuries because of the cold, from broken bones, fractures, to strains and sprains from falling or skiing or snowboarding. Some are coming in with a lot of anxiety, and a lot of people also experiencing grief. And this time of the year, it can be a very depressive time, a time where we remember loved ones that have passed away, and also a period of fear and anxiety. And there's lots of it, as you know, all over. Just like you, many of you, I myself did not like the winter for many, many years. Until years ago, I've decided to examine it a little closer because I didn't want my mood, my well-being influenced by a season. We are the masters of this being, and we can always master uh, ourselves and master our fears, our aversions, and we have that choice. And luckily, to assist me with that, I was studying with a man called Wim Hof, which many of you might have heard of, but is also known as the Iceman. And he helped me years ago get over my fear of the cold and my aversion to the winter. Through that introduction to his training and practicing afterwards, I've come to love the winter just as much as I love the other seasons. And I've come to respect the winter because it offers us a lot of great opportunities and a lot of great lessons. And one of the big lessons is learning how to deal with fear. Because if you think about it, our response physiologically to the cold is exactly how we respond to fear. So the winter and the cold is such a great exercise partner to really build resilience in our minds and our bodies to move through fears. Because guess what? Fear has been with us from the beginning and will continue to be part of this journey and will be with us all the way to the end. So as opposed to treating it as an enemy, as something that you want to avoid, as something that you want to ignore, not deal with, I would suggest to have a more intimate relationship with your fears, just to understand them, because our fears are also a great teacher. So I propose, and the way that I've dealt with it is to invite your fears for dinner in a way, just like an unwanted guest that you have a repulsion to, instead of repelling that fear, invite it, feed it, entertain it, and really listen to what it's there to teach you. Understand when did it start, what's the purpose of it, and how it's affecting you, and really understand that story that you have in that relationship that you have with your fears. And a few things happen. One is you understand your fears better. And secondly, after you entertain them in such a way and examine them in such a way, that fear lessens. Uh, so fears, if you think about it, every time you conquer the fear, or every time you went through your fears, you grew, you evolved, you got better, you became stronger. So a fear is, in a way, a door, an opportunity to grow, to evolve, to heal. Uh, and a part of healing any chronic condition, a big part of it is dealing with fear and the anxieties that it creates. And fear really in the body physiologically increases the pain signal increases inflammation, and locks in patterns. So every time you have a pattern in your life that you want to change, a big part of that pattern is fear. And fear runs through your nervous system, which I call the communication system. And what triggers it the most is the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is also called the wanderer nerve. It's the longest nerve in the body. It comes from the the midbrain, right from the headquarters where the amygdala is. And it runs on each side of the neck and becomes one, and it runs all the way down to your gut. So if you think of a tomato vine, imagine all the organs in a way hanging off it. Your lungs, your heart, your stomach, your liver, your intestines, your bladder, your kidneys. So a lot of your current symptoms that you experience in, heart palpitations, arrhythmia, blood pressure issues, headaches, migraines, facial pain, tics, tremors, cramping, indigestion, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, colitis, Crohn's disease, overactive bladders, lower back pain is really created by this master nerve. It's a big part of it. So I want to share a tool with you today to start intimately working with this nerve and learn how to reset it. It's like a wild animal. It's really there to protect you on some levels. It's there to give you adrenaline to fight through whatever you need to fight through, but it could be a detriment too if you don't know how to regulate it. It takes over and it creates havoc. Good intentions, but it's like a switch that it gets turned on, and if you don't know how to turn it off, it governs you, and it can be like a wild animal that you can't control. So this method, in a way, this three-step method teaches the vagus nerve how to reset. Okay, so every time we work with the nervous system, we have to do it gently. We have to do it intensely, mindfully. So I'll take you through this routine. I've taught this to many people over the years, and I want to teach that to you. And as you practice it, please let me know how it's affecting you. If you know what you're noticing, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. I will answer them. Okay? So the first thing is to examine the neck. And here down the neck, almost from the bottom of the ear, there's a muscle that runs down on each side. And you can feel it as you rub it. And in that area of the muscle, that's where the two branches are running down. And then they become one and go down the center. So initially, just palpate that area. And if it feels like a wire, if it's really tight, it's tight because your vagus nerve has been on. And if you find yourself always like this with your shoulders up and your neck all crunched up and the upper back is curving in and a lot of tightness in the chest, most likely your nervous system, vagus nerve, has been on and vigilant in a very protective pattern. Okay, so as you examine those neck muscles on the side, again, if they're really tight, the nerve is on. Right? Just a way to assess how you are doing, how the vagus nerve is doing, really. So this is a great assessment area. Now, once you assess and you find that they're tight, it could be one side tighter than the other, or they're equally tight, or if they're relaxed, that's a good sign. That's great. So you're doing well right now. But inevitably, it will be triggered. So once you find that they're tight, place 3 of your fingers on your cheek, close your eyes, and very slowly on the breath out, gently move to the right or to whichever side is tight. And you gently move in very slowly, moving the cheek towards the fingers. And you're going to feel this whole side being activated, the side that you're activating. You're going to feel it in the neck and even into the shoulder. And you do it slowly, slowly. Now, using a visualization, your inner eye, imagine that you're able to see this branch coming down. And with your intention, gently squeeze it just with your awareness. You're not squeezing the body, you're squeezing it almost like a command, visualizing and squeezing it to release and to relax. Good. Just like that. You can also do it with your eyes closed, but I like to keep your eyes open, but I like to keep my eyes closed to have that inner awareness. Continue to stimulate it, activate it, and intentionally squeeze, and then with your awareness to release and relax. And the last part is fully letting go. So when you let go, you really are melting. So I let go. Take a breath in and out. Come back to center. And we do it again. Do it about 3 times. Again, moving to the fingers on the cheek. Really feeling this area starting to activate gently, softly, creating a movement. And again, bringing that intention to squeeze the branch, to release, and to relax. Letting go, a breath in and out. Do it one last time. Gently moving, feeling it activated. Again, using the intention and inner visualization, seeing the branch, and gently squeezing it to release and to relax. Letting go, breath in and out. And after you do that for 3 times, there should be some effect. If you've done it correctly in the way that I've shown you, it should feel softer. How much softer, that'll be interesting. If it hasn't softened significantly, just do a couple more times. It will soften. It will feel like a well done spaghetti noodle. That's when you know you really released it. And some of you might already feel a relaxation response coming in. And then always do the other side. So again, a breath in and out. Gently creating that movement. A gentle squeeze. With your awareness to release and to relax. And you let go. A breath in and out. Let's do it again. Creating that movement. Feeling the side being activated. And it's a gentle movement. It's not a hard movement. It's very gentle, very soft. Again, inner awareness, seeing it, gently squeezing it to release, to relax, and fully letting go. Breath in and out. That breath in and out is vital. Just giving some time for reset to occur. And again, doing both sides 3 times and checking, assessing again. Again, both sides should feel very soft. And if it doesn't, we'll do a couple more times. So again, by doing both sides, you will start to feel, again, a relaxation response coming in. Shoulders come down, chest feels a little more open. So that's step number 1. Step number 2, there's a sac that surrounds your heart like that. So when your vagus nerve is triggered, that sac will tighten around the heart like that. And that's what creates a lot of the anxiety, heart palpitation, even chest pain, and just chronic tightness in the chest and chronic tightness in your upper back between the shoulder blades. If it can go on like that for years. You might get tightness down the inside of the arms, and even your fingers are curly because you're gripping so much even while you're sleeping. So this second step is to relax that sac, the pericardium that surrounds your heart. So you trace your sternum, the flat bone on your chest or your breastbone. You touch it until you'll come to a place where it might feel quite tender or a little tender. And it could be high or it could be a little lower. So just check for yourself. And once you find that spot, you gather 3 fingers and you gently tap on it. Not hard, just gentle. So if you're knocking on a door, you just tap on it and wait until your body elicits one of 3 responses. Either a yawn, a smile, or a sigh. Okay? A yawn, a smile, or a sigh. Tap. For me, it's a yawn. So once that occurs, that sac just relaxes. And you can do it on the spot continuously, and you might have that continuous response, or you can do it up and down also, the sternum, until you get that response. So that's step number 2. Step number 3, in your crest of your wrist, in alignment with the little pinky finger, right on the outside, you should feel a depression, a natural depression that is there. And just place your thumb. You're not pressing in, you're just placing it, and try and listen if you can feel a pulse emanating right into your thumb here, like a little beat. It's okay if you don't right away. We have different levels of sensitivity, but if you stay there long enough, you will feel it. And once you feel that pulse underneath your finger pad, the pad of the thumb, really pay attention to the chest area. There's a connection from the chest, from the heart, through the nerves that is coming down to this area. It has a very calming, soothing effect on the chest and an overall effect on the mind. It's a really calming point. So you can wait between 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, 3 to 5 minutes, and there'll be an effect. And always do the other side too. Again, find the depression, place your thumb, and wait until you feel a pulsation. Once you feel a pulsation, focus on your chest, again, the area around the heart. And it will enhance that overall calming effect. So those are the 3 steps. Please try them, and it would serve you if you continuously are aware of this vagus nerve and aware also how you're able to change it. It will give you a lot of confidence that you have this tool to reset this master nerve. So enjoy it, use it, and let me know. Let me know also if you have any questions. On another note, the holidays are coming, and I know many of you are thinking of gifts for your loved ones. So many of you in the past have referred people to me and want to refer people to me. So I made it easy by purchasing e-gifts through the link on this email. I created a few packages for you that you can easily purchase those gifts, either for your loved ones, your friends, those that already you mentioned my name to, or thinking about mentioning my name to, and it'll be an honor for me to serve them just as I served you. Now, those packages you can also purchase for yourself and enjoy them this coming holidays and into the new year. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being a part of my life and a part of my journey. And I look forward to 2023 and seeing you. All the best.